Вниз и все?
Да, пока не
Мозг
подходишь.
послушай.
Ну да, по-моему, сюда больше не залезешь. Так что иди слушай сейчас.
My head hurts. Can I go back to bed, Mummy? I live here. This is my house. Our house, right, Mummy? We saw a big spiky snail that fell out of the sky. I'm just very sleepy, Mummy. I wish you'd stop waking me up so much. Night, night, Mummy.
Кринжово, нахуй.
Так, сейчас одну минутку подойду. все, я тут.
Descend. Evacuate.
Yes.
Держи. Давай.
Заебись, заебись.
Descend. Prepare. Obey.
Жми кнопку.
I can feel the parasite squirming in my skull. There's something big ahead. And the worm knows it.
No longer a background murmur, the presence in your mind builds to a roar.
We've found it. The Absolute is behind this door.
The orb pulses strangely. It feels unsettled. The heart of the Absolute is close. As is the moment when you must decide if you will follow Mistra's orders or reject them.
Бомба пульсирует, бля.
Даже не думай, блядь.
Прервался.
Я говорю, даже не думай.
You said it was under control.
It isn't you I answer to, Gortash.
Удобный стул.
Oh, the general voice. Is this where we salute?
Salute, yes, with cleavers through his blood-starved flesh. How it crawls with failure, like flies on lick-wet carrion.
You forget yourself, Orin. I've played my part.
You built an army for our masters, true enough. But what of the astral prison? A rogue true soul flaunting it under your nose all this time, and you ran from him.
Sure that they would follow and deliver it into my hands here. If you would cease these distractions.
The distractions have been yours, Ketherick. Perhaps we never should have dug your daughter up. So you haven't lost your edge, but you're still not as sharp as Orin, I wager. The Slayer against the Undying One. That'd be fun to see.
His crypt breath sings to my sinews again, 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 again. But he must lead the murder march to Baldur's grave.
If the weapon is truly in your grasp, Ketherick, might I suggest closing your fist? Orin and I can wait for you no longer. The plan proceeds. We're going to the city, and we expect you to follow. Army and the weapon in tow. The Edict of Bane.
The lash of Thor!
testament of Merkel.
An elder brain. One of the cruelest and most powerful creatures in existence, enslaved by mere mortals.
The sight of the crown atop the elder brain strikes you like lightning. Never before have you beheld an artifact of such unrivaled power. You realize that it could change everything. Your own course, your own life, the destiny of worlds. But here, in this very moment, lies your chance to heed Mystra's call. This must be it. The end of the Absolute.
Слышь,
Чивку хошь?
отъебись, блядь.
Аллах, бабах.
Давай без этого, блядь. Давай пройдем уже. А
Чем
потом,
тебе не прохождение?
да потом можно уже и баба.
The orb senses your hesitation. It shudders within you, longing for something. Though you cannot tell what, a prickling dread rises along your spine. You have disobeyed Mystra. Again. If you survive this, there will be consequences.
There we are. It wouldn't do to fight in front of our guest. Behold, Duke Ravengard, the Absolute.
Helm preserve us.
You wag your word flap in vain, olderling. Once the worm holds the whip, your shredded flesh will serve us.
Shit, no! Father!
Батя!
Now, it's really time we were going. We will empty this place and begin the march. You may catch up with the army once you've retrieved the weapon. And Ketherick, do try not to sulk. You're supposed to be the fearsome general come to conquer the city. And I am the hero who will save it.
It is time, faithful ones. March on Baldur's Gate. We go to prepare the way.
Сюка. Дал мне Аллах, бабах.
There you are, as predicted. What is it, I wonder, that draws one toward death like a moth to light? You could have run away, absconded with the prism. The one thing that could prevent me from fulfilling my destiny. But the lure of one's destiny is irresistible, isn't it? Perhaps you hope to learn your place in history before you are erased from it. A bright flash of clarity before the snuffing out. The very fact of your being attests to its power. Despite your infection, you resisted the brain here in the heart of its domain. What good is an army of thralls if they do not obey their master? Let us speak plainly. My Lord Merkel gave me the one thing I desired, the one thing no other god could grant me. My daughter's life returned. Her heart beating once more. For that, he asked that I serve as his chosen. Join Orin and Gortash to grow the cult of the Absolute, and then take control of it. He's never had a more devoted follower. I have fought great wars before, in the service of other gods and other powers. But for Merkel, I would condemn all of Faerun to death. You are all that stands between me and my destiny. And you have brought the prism here. I will kill you now. And then I will raise you as my servant. With pleasure.
This is pointless. Ketherick is invincible so long as Night Song's rotting in his cage.
Заебись, я человек-невидимка, нахуй.
Ну ладно. Вы пиздец.
Так. Мозги. Один летит, мозги. Блять, ну если он меня сейчас столкнет, это будет потеря.
Уязвимый петух.
сверху не толкайся.
Focus your attack, soldiers.
Ебать, летит молоток. Эх, ну я почти добрался. Ведь раздражает, правда, что я опять невидимка.
Да?
А ты думал? Можно его это... Быт.
Ой, ёпка, хуй попадешь.
Ну нахуй.
fool you are. You cannot kill me. I am eternal. Merkel, Lord of Bones, I am here. I am ready.
Можно его не слушать?
am
Просто воткнуть ему что-нибудь. Обязательно надо всех злодеев послушать.
Обосрался, что ли?
Ебать, как страшно.
But it is no matter, for I am death, and I am not the end. I am the beginning.
Выглядит он, конечно.
The Triad help us.
Ла-ла-ла-ла-ла.
Происходит.
Нормально, да? Сработала хуйня. Так, чё у него тут?
Знаю одно, его надо обоссать. Заебись.
А боссы?
Хотя, чё так стрёмно-то?
В смысле?
Ты гонишь. на это не умрет?
Не знаю. Че, пильнуть, может, ее? Пильнешь? Или мне? Чуть не сильно помогло.
Чё-то не сильно, да.
Блять, ну давай я херну.
Ой.
Эта хуйня не работает, блять, она не хилится вообще. Пробирающий до костей холод, ну что это хуйня?
Да.
Блять. Пиздец, только зря стоит. А, так и на мне такая же хуйня висит. Ну, я дурак, блять. Так. А он сильно в упоре? На комбионе тоже есть, да? На ком нету? На Уилле нет, да? То есть сколько тут? Примерно метра 3. Во. И она же дура не отойдет.
Баба конь, баба бит, блядь. А нахуй.
Ой-ой-ой. Я знаю, что нужно сделать. Почти.
Знаю, что нужно сделать.
Ах ты, мразь.
Ну не проканала. То и то.
Ну ладно. Эх. Ну, на всякий случай с этой стороны встану. Толкаться может.
Ох, какой-то, блядь.
Ну да, сам кетерик тут сложнее, чем вот это вот.
Impossible. Death cannot take me. I am its master. My lord, hear me. Nothing. I am forsaken. You have no idea what you've done. Isabel.
The villain is dead! The rats together!
Бля, ты че ебанутый?
Brain and body!
Разошлась баба.
No. No. We pick our way toward our fates. Unleashed.
Подружка Карлах по-любому.
You have my sword. My fealty. Do what you must. Then we fly this foul place.
Надо еще топить как-то хуйню.
Ketheric's netherstone. It's in his armor. Take it.
Чё тут, блядь? Уел.
Ничего не было.
Don't mind if I do.
Там налутал.
Муцук.
Оля-то.
In death, the body is cooling, but energy radiates from the stone.
Remarkable. Truly. And now the picture comes together. The Absolute is neither god nor man. It is the Elder Brain you saw, held here by those three against its will. The crown it wears controls it, and these stones control the crown. It has been dominated.
Пусть more,
To
пусть,
master an
пусть
Elder
more.
Brain, to subdue it. Our enemies are formidable. A temporary reprieve, but a welcome one. With a brain on its way to the city, its influence here is weakened.
Хороший щит.
The crown's markings suggest it was forged in Netheril, an ancient empire whose mastery over magic rivaled that of the gods. It is a crown of domination. The stones were taken
shit.
from its crest. They are nether stones, imbued with the ability to control the wearer of the crown.
У меня тут
The
пиздун
crown's
пиздос.
Nethery's magic must be the true source of the parasite's abilities. This must be what elevates their potential. And it must be the reason nobody could heal you. If the crown can do this to the parasite, I dare not imagine what it is doing to the brain. I believe you fought and defeated an avatar of Merkel, the god of necromancy. A remarkable feat. Ketheric was Merkel's chosen. I know Lord Enver Gortash, an arms dealer and a slaver. He is a worshipper of Bane, the god of tyranny. The other is a mystery to me, but the way she spoke, it is most likely she follows Baal, god of murder. Which means The Absolute is a front for the gods of death, and our enemies are chosen of the dead three. Bane, Baal, and Merkel. The Tyrant, the Assassin, and the Necromancer. They are known to pick from their most devout followers a chosen, granting them incredible powers. Each one alone would be a formidable enemy. But working together and controlling an Elder Brain, I dare not imagine what they might achieve. We prepare for the fight of our lives, and the lives of everyone in Faerun. The army of the Absolute is marching on Baldur's Gate. Within the city, an Elder Brain, brimming with power, ready to turn everyone within its reach into mind flayers. All it needs is an order. An order the Death Gods chosen are on the cusp of giving. We must wrest control of the brain from the chosen before that happens. We must take their stones. Our chances of success are slim, but we must not fail. If we fail, everything ends. I will be your shield, but you must be the sword. And when the chance comes to strike, you must take it, for there may only be one chance.
Чуть доспех спиздил.
То ли доспех.
И надорвался.
Надорвался, тяжелый пиздец, блядь. Забирай его нахуй у меня. Что будет такое носить, когда это? У нас невозможно двинуть с места против вашей воли.
Кто-нибудь да будет.
Вой мертвецов. Фокус. Это что за фокус такой? Леденящий душу вой, который вызывает изменения у всех существ поблизости. На 3 метра. Кому скину? Давай Вилу скину пока. Ты же все плутал. Лети, да что забыл? Ты туда еще не доходил. Микромиду валяется. Блять. Сколок божественной кости, сука. Где его посмотреть? Ты видел, как он выглядит?
Кто?
Сколок божественной кости. А, он, наверное, в сумке алхимика. Это ж самотык, блядь. Ну чё, уёбываем отсюда, да? А вон там чё? Туда спускался? А, ну ты тут пробегал, да, походу? Какой-то. Ладно. Лежит тут такой весь голенький.
I've been thinking on
Quite
all that you learned
exhausted.
below.
A good night's
You've
sleep
got
will
your
do me
rest.
wonders.
We ought to discuss our next steps.
Вилл хочет поразговаривать.
Like your mind wants you dead.
Gods be damned. With that parasite in his brain, Father could wreak untold havoc in the Absolute's name. Should Baldur's Gate fall to the Absolute, every one of the coast cities will be ripe for the plucking. We're not just fighting for our cure. We're fighting for my father. We're fighting for the Gate. We're fighting for all of Faerun. Worm's Rock Fortress. All travelers to Baldur's Gate flow through it. It serves as headquarters for the Flaming Fist, and their commander, my father. The Absolute's army's on the march. Gods forbid a tadpole Grand Duke throw open the gates for them. Orin, I'd never heard tell of, but Gortash I know. Or know of, more precisely. A self-styled strategic advisor to Baldur's Gate's peers. A bit player
Орлах
with
хочет
dreams
ему
of a
кишки
leading role,
выпустить.
the way Father told it. He had no use for Gortash, and even less for his advice. I don't remember much beyond that. But where these chosen are concerned, I have a suspicion we're about to know more than we'd like. Yes, but first a question. If your home were under siege, what would you sacrifice to save it?
Да, это твой
As would
вариант
I.
по-любому.
And more. I was 17. Father, older Ravengard, had just been named a Grand Duke and was called away to Elturel to help settle a dispute. That's when the cult of the dragon made its move.
The cult of the dragon, a fractured religion. Some believers hold that undead dragons will inherit the world. Others worship the dragon goddess Tiamat and intend to summon her to Faerun.
A 10-day after Father left, I heard a whisper as I slept. Duskhawk Hill. The Queen of Chaos awakens. Go alone. I grabbed a rapier and set out. There wasn't a cloud in the sky, yet not a single star was shining. There they were, gathered at the foot of the hill.
Your head tingles. Will wants to show you what happened. In the looming shadow of the mount, 5 groups of 5 figures each encircle a lofty totem. Atop each totem, a dragon's head is carved, and a massive orb held in its mouth. The cultists chant, first softly, then crying to the starless sky. There is a crack of thunder, a gust of wind, and a dragon's white head appears in the storm. As the maelstrom howls, Mizura's lips press to your ear. She will destroy Baldur's Gate. Grant me your soul, and I will give you the power to save it, she whispers.
She read the terms while 2 devils stood witness. And I said yes. 1 soul for 1 city. She didn't. She came on order of her mistress, Zarya. Tiamat made a play for power. Zariel had other plans. That was the most Mizora's ever said. All that mattered was that she got her prize. Another pet added to her warlock menagerie. I don't know that it was brave. I just know that it was right. The moment I agreed, I burned with the fires of Avernus and oozed the rot of Dis. The cultists choked on our poisons and burned from our flames. When we were done, all that remained were 5 greyed orbs atop a pile of ash. My soul was bound, and my lips were sealed.
Смотри, прикол, чисто физически, как он одевает этот шлем.
Нанотехнологии, блядь.
It is the one scar I ever bore of it. Mizora replaced it with a sending stone. She uses it to track my location and speak from a distance. I could flee to the spine of the world or the depths of the lower dark and still never
Мне
shake.
интересно, если ему глаз выковать и вставить глаз Бола. Выканает.
He returned to an unsuspecting city and a wayward son with a smirking devil at his side. I tried to tell him the truth, but my mouth couldn't form the words. I'd led him to the battlefield, but Mizora had swept it clean. I showed him my stone eye, but he only turned away. After, he said only one word. Go. So I did. I understand. No, never. He did the only thing he could. In his eyes, I invited a devil into our midst. I was a fool at best, a traitor at worst. And Grand Duke Ravengard suffers neither. And I went and proved him right. A Grand Duke's duty is to his city, first and foremost. There would only ever be one outcome.
Дьявол защита. Пророга.
The shadows are losing their grip on these lands. Shah can indeed be thwarted. You wanted something?
Где твое копье, сука? И не говори мне, что мы копье легендарное проебали.
Не знаю.
Our enemies spread like rub rot. Treat one patch, and 2 more bloom in its place. An elder brain, bound by lost Netherese magic, with servants of the dead 3 holding the chain. Reminds me of old times. Aren't you? It is good to savor the moment of victory. But pace yourself. Our fight is just beginning. When we met, I was licking my wounds. An old bear with her leg caught in the hunter's snare. Now I've slipped free of the trap and rediscovered my claws. It's time for me to hunt my prey. You have a nether stone. And you're on the scent of 2 more. These chosen have reason to fear you, and I would like to be at your side when you confront them. Of course. Falling foul of Ketheric convinced me that my grand adventures were behind me. That even if I survived, I should hang up my blades. But you convinced me otherwise. We ventured into darkness together. Now we've come out the other side. I'd say I'm feeling a little refreshed. When we reach Baldur's Gate, there will be even darker paths to tread. I will follow you wherever they lead.
Пиздуй в лагерь.
How does it compare to a shadow-cursed inn? With the Absolute's army gone, there is
Как
a
сильно
road to victory.
одобряет.
We can follow it all the way to Baldur's Gate. There's a Harper's safe house in Worm's Crossing. Denthelan's Dancing Axe. We do well
Родственная
to check
душа,
in
да?
with them before entering the city proper.
Тоже
Beyond
хуйня.
that, our course is yours to set. Find me at your camp, huh? I can remember how to take orders, as well as give them.
Like your mind wants you dead. How'd you survive?
Helen!
Здрасте.
Isabel. My love. You were dead. I saw your body.
I'm here. And so are you. And my father, he can't hurt us any longer.
I dreamt every night that you'd come back to me. That somehow it was all a nightmare Dawn would undo.
I had no dreams at all. Nothing but darkness. And when I woke, my father said you were dead.
His soul was poisoned by the god of death. His sick devotion ruined him. But for all his sins,
What was in the air?
he brought you back to me. Are you all right?
I will be. And you?
In this moment, I want for nothing.
Ah, there you are. This is Aelin. Aelin, this is...
Oh, but we have
Хуй с
met.
горы.
This is the soldier that crushed the very brain of villainy and fought well against your changed father.
May he rest in peace at last, now that he's dead. I have more to thank you for than I knew. And we have much to discuss. Perhaps we could join you in your camp later?
Уже немного тесновато.
We look forward to it.
You there, Sharon. By the fires of your camp's hearth, we will discuss all we must.
I'll be ready. Whatever you have to say had better be worth your life.
Now, you will leave us. We must take succor in one another's bodies and words.
Aelin! We'll see you later.
Пошли предаваться плотским утехам.
Like in there. In the curse. Horrible, you can imagine. Try me.
Thaniel rests well. He's healing very rapidly, now that Oliver has returned to him.
I knew I could put my faith in you. If only we had met sooner. I can't say for certain, but we'll see it come to pass long before this place recedes behind us. Don't worry. All is at hand. We can depart whenever you're ready. No more than my right hand can absorb my left. Oliver is helping Thaniel to recover. They both lie dormant, like trees awaiting spring. Once the curse is lifted, they can stand as one or as a pair. Whatever they wish. I hope they will remain as a pair. It will be good for them both to have a friend, once I'm gone. Still, I would like to return here someday. See Thaniel and Oliver again. In my meditations, or perhaps in person, if the Oak Father wills it. I hope he does. I have. But perhaps there is more that I want. Anyway, once the curse is lifted, nature can take its course without me. I belong at your side. Not what, who. But
Да пошел ты нахуй! Пидобир, блядь, ебучий. Он есть что поторговать?
Не знаю, что ты там насобирал. Я вроде все в виллу скинул. Почти все. У Карлах, кстати, много барахла должно быть.
We leave the heart of the Absolute alive. Thanks to you. You did well to defeat Ketheric. But Ketheric was only the first.
Пиздун-пиздунский, что ли?
There are many more battles ahead, and they will not be so easily won. You will need allies.
Ну, наш этот... Темный попутчик, блядь.
You have the makings of a leader. Your actions have already inspired those around you. Jahira's wisdom will be an asset to you on the journey ahead. Her harpers, too. Halsin's strength and loyalty will bolster you in times of need. But if we are to succeed, we will need others.
Со своими
Even if the
глюками
buildings are
пизди.
demolished, there are always survivors. There are always those who will fight. Baldur's Gate may not know it yet, but its fate is bound to ours. Seek on its streets those whose purpose aligns with our own, and invite them to our cause. Together, we will put an end to the Absolute, the Chosen, all.
Всех победим, говорит. Всех соберем, всех победим. Ну что? Сначала
где?
поспать, а?
Где мол?
Слушай, ну мол, по-моему, во вратах уже будет. Ты нашел?
Ладно.
Что говорит?
Какую хуйню.
You're here. Me? Oh, I'm fine. I've been trying to cheer them up. We're writing a song together. But I think they're just humoring me. Me, I need another bard. Just focus on packing. Don't think about more.
Давай, играй.
Вау, блядь.
Вилла еще запусти. Че, долго так играть?
That
50 минут.
A curse lifted. The dead three allied once more. The balance shift. There are depths to this alliance yet unplumbed. Consider, mortal. Do illithids possess souls? Thou shalt think about it now, and I shall give the answer. Mind flayers are soulless. Yet, the three amass an illithid army void of apostolic souls that could imbue them with power. A flock without souls, yet to what end, mortal? This is the question thou must come to answer. Until such time, be availed
of my services. Yes, Bane, Lord of Darkness, Baal, Lord of Murder, Merkel, Lord of Bones. Once judged, ascended, then vanquished, as one, and as three. The Alliance is reforged, mortal. The planes thus quake, and the gods shudder. Where matters of balance are concerned, I am eternally cold. No.
Don't touch me. Keep a blade close. Someone there?
Back in last light, I was racking my brains. How the hells do we get past the curse? And then a blinding light cuts through the darkness like a blade through butter. I would. He didn't have any fight left in him.
The briefest hesitation.
I looked up to him. There are less... hopefully.
At least the shadow curse is banished. I like the dark.
Мудак ты, сука. Мелкий пиздюк.
Что, наверное, поспать и в дорогу, да?
Жабазель. Я.
Лахом там пообщаться хочет.
You saw Gortash, didn't you? What the fuck was he doing down there? Is all of this because of him? The tadpole, the absolute. How? I'd never have protected a Bay Knight even a decade ago. I looked after that fucker with my life. I trusted him. He gave me away to Zariel without a second thought. And now he's looking to ruin the entire Sword Coast. He has to die. And I'm gonna be...
Убивать, убивать, убивать!
He can't get away with what he's done. To me. To us. He won't get away with it.
Ее надо взять с собой поторгунить. Еще есть. Воевай 2 уровня качать.
My darling Isabel says we will
Ебалово какой-то.
М.
Те копье, блядь. Дали какую-то сраную глефу.
Ну и хватит тебе.
Мне? Мне-то нахуй оно не надо. Хватит.
Пиздеть, пиздеть.
What do you know about me? You spoke of my past, being chased by wolves. I told no one about that. Almost no one. But I certainly didn't share that with you.
There is nothing I can tell you that you do not already know yourself. They trained you well, trained you hard. Chiseled away any part of you that did not fit their plan. They made you forget.
I chose to do that. For the mission to protect Shah's...
Secrets. Yes, yes, that is an old song, girl. Your goddess cares more for her precious secrets than she does her devotees.
Get to the point.
When you freed me, you severed a bond between me and that dog, Thorm. A bond of pain. His, inflicted on me. When I laid eyes on you, I sensed a similar bond. You, tethered to two others. Someplace distant. Let me help you remember.
You feel Shadowheart's mind tug at the edges of your own. You know this sensation. She wants you to see whatever is about to be revealed. Your mind joins with Shadowheart's. Something pulls at you both, bringing you elsewhere. Something sparks in your memory. Teachings about Selûnite rites of passage, about how they would abandon their children out in the wilds and force them to find their way home. It seems that one child never came back. She was taken.
What? Who was that man?
You already know. Did you not see yourself in him? Do you not recognize your own blood?
My father. That was him.
That is him. He lives still. And your mother, too.
No. It can't be. I'm an orphan.
And who told you that? Your adoptive family? You are not to blame. You were young, impressionable. They took you because they wanted to break and remake you. But you are a child no longer. You are a woman. One who knows what must be done.
My parents. I need to save them.
Your parents are with your abductors. You will need to return to their lair. But be warned. You may have once thought of them as comrades, mentors, friends, even lovers. They will all be enemies now. You have been forewarned for what is to come, but not yet for.
Походу сейчас самотык дадут.
I was able to retrieve it before it sank too far into Shah's umbral domain. Shah is quick to discard whatever she has no use for. I think you know that well enough. But I felt it call to me as I took flight. Whatever Shah calls her own, Selûne has equal claim to. They are one and the same. Their power is matched and mirrored. Take it. You will find it useful. What you do with it, that will be up to you. Same as before.
I'll need every advantage, it seems. Thank you.
A debt repaid. You returned my life unto me. Now go and claim your own.
It hurts.
Shah torments you still. What a spiteful creature she is. This will not stop until you take action. See that your parents' sacrifices are not in vain. Allow the Moon Maiden to guide you at last.
Доволен, блядь?
Доволен. Тык-тык, самотык. Божество Сионы. Всё. Где старый пердун?
Будешь ее переставлять?
Thou walkest alone. Love is no domain of mine, but it is often cited as the purpose of mortal life. Wherefore turnst thou from it? And thus thou art alone. As thou desire.
Опять я невидимка.
A little small talk.
Thou hast now a bosom companion. Take care that thou art not distracted on thy quest, seeking the comforts of the flesh. Recall that in time, all becomes dust and bone.
Хуйню мне спизднул.
Shadowheart was no true child of Shah, merely a captive. She must have her vengeance. I'm listening. I'd like the same.
I would not linger in this land over long. But whatever your business, I will aid you if I can. Maybe later.
There you are. I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation. Come closer. Feel my voice rattle your bones as I proclaim our victory. Moon Maiden Selûne, hear me. Ketheric Thorm, traitor, apostle of Myrkul, is dead at last. My mate, Most High. Darling Isabel is safe and well. Safe and well, and return to my embrace. Blessings upon the slayer of the Wicked One. We are a powerful party indeed. Faerun itself trembles at our touch. My darling Isabel says we will stay allied at your side. I am pleased to hear it. Pray, ask, and I will tell. Do I not radiate with my mother's brightness, her glory? There can be no doubt. I am of her silvered flesh, her celestial
Все,
womb.
баба огонь, блядь. Огненный шар, огненная стена, нахуй. И так далее.
Why, she already has. She has brought her sword to your side, Dame Aelin. So mighty are her wonders, her great wisdom. Together, we will set this fair land free of tyranny and murder. Ketheric Thorm, father of my one and only love, enslaver of Dame Aelin. Ketheric Thorm never did trust me, even when he worshipped the Moon Maiden. He was threatened by my love for Isabel, by her love for me. When she died, curse the day, the hour, we each of us mourned bitterly. But Ketheric's pain could be touched by no aid, no boundary. He turned to wretched Shah, the Lady of Loss, for relief. And she whispered into his ear, poisoning his mind. He and his loathsome advisor, Balthazar, lured me into the Shadowfell, claimed they'd found someone in need of my aid. There, they trapped me in their infernal cage. I was killed, murdered, made dead over and over and over by justiciars of every make and kind. I was reborn, for it is my nature. And Ketheric fed upon my immortality all the while. But lo, the brute is dead, and we live!
Страшно, страшно, вырубай, блядь.
То.
Да, я с этой поговорил. Сделай Эйлин. И кого ты из нее сделал?
Думен света.
Угу. Теперь у нас есть неебический хиллер.
Нет. Жгун.
Ёла, кто у нас будет хилять? А, Света, ёпта мать. Световик у нас теперь есть, да? там опять кого-то переставляешь?
Ага.
I thought I was done for. I thought perhaps I might have been dead. This is all like some sort of terrible dream. But it's real, isn't it? I stood before the night song. I heard Lady Shah's words. And I failed her. Worse than failed her, I defied her. Just because of what that Asimar said. I tried to leave, but Shah blocked me. Punished me for failing her. I thought I knew the limit of pain that the incurable wound could inflict, but I had no idea. It felt like I was suffering the agony of 1,000 people all at once. My blood was boiling, my hair was on fire. I thought I'd claw my own face off with the pain. But then she released me. Banished me, more like. She said I was an outcast. That all of her children would know me and revile me.
Shadowheart looks distraught, abandoned by her goddess and all former allies. And as for her divine magic, admitting who empowers her now may break her spirit for good.
You're lucky to have such confidence. Me. I think the full price of what I've done has yet to reveal itself. I'm a target to Lady Shah's followers now. She took flight to hunt down Ketheric Thorm. All I can do is help hasten his demise, and hope that answers soon follow. Do you really need to ask? I'm sorry. I have a lot on my mind. The shadow fell. Night song. I can think of little else. That's not the first time you've made such a leap. I don't know. Maybe it's a Selûnite trick, or another way for Lady Shah to test my faith. The sooner I speak to Nightsong, the sooner I'll know what the future holds for me. Assuming I have a future at all. I'm sorry. It might be best kept until later. I'd be a poor counsel and worse company just now.
Зацени его. 2 уровня паладина, 3 уровня колдуна, 5 уровней барда.
Ебать ты. Монстра сделал. Паладин, колдун, бард. Паладина, бардадум.
Осталось 2 уровня колдуна добить.
Чё спать давай, блядь.
Теперь надо в тяжелую броню одевать. Уже что-то есть?
Ну, вот этот ракетерика. Даже тяжелый доспех.
Есть. Произошло.
Что-то бумкнуло, блядь. Типа бафуньки, наверное, слетели всякие.
Бафуньки, ёпсть.
My parents are alive, and I have to save them. I think a part of me always knew that. A part that Shah denied to me. Indeed. But the truth may yet prove painful. Who knows what Shah still keeps from me? We'd better press on for now, and hope we're ready when the moment comes. But before that, there's one thing I need to see to. You'll see for yourself soon enough. Just leave it with me. Fine. What's on your mind? How are you holding up? Don't be so modest.
Все, валим.
Наверно.
So, the army's gone. Next stop, Baldur's.
Ну и чё?
The curse has been lifted. The land's cleansed of the shadows. Kethric's reign of living death is over. Your courage has been tested, and in this at least, you have triumphed.
Птички поют.
Победа победная.
Жеб здесь. Вот видишь, а ты сейчас ёбну, блин.
Это тоже была бы победа победная. Прям сразу, блядь. Без всяких третьих актов. Происходит.
Этого показывают Гарташа.
Sergeant, if you are here, I presume Wern's Rock is secure, and preparations for my inauguration are complete.
No, Lord Gortash. We were interrupted. Another quake in the lower city. More severe this time.
So you came cowering to my chambers? I'm flattered, Sergeant. but even I cannot command natural phenomena to cease.
Forgive me, my lord, but there is panic in the streets. The people are afraid.
Perhaps the people would be calm if you kept your nerve. I expect better from the Flaming Fist than to run scared from a slight tremor in the earth. Get back to your duties.
Duties, duties, duties. Patrolling and saluting and following and bowing and scraping and yes sir, no sir, rip and cut your throat, sir.
Your plan is falling apart, lordling. Give me a reason not to cut you to ribbons.
Control yourself.
Блять.
We need to focus on reuniting the
Ой,
stones so the brain will
ёбнутая,
break
да.
free. These quakes are just the start.
Во всю
Neither
голову.
of us expected the prism bearers to kill Ketherick. They'll be traveling to the city.
Надо
Let's make sure
обязательно
we give them a
переиграть
Baldurian
темным
welcome.
соблазном паладином.
I itch to be
У них особые
to
отношения.
split your skin, to see your skull shine in the light. Little tyrant. Lucky for you, I harvested a whole family of living flesh in Rivington at high sun. They will sate my blade thirst tonight. Oh, but tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, my blades will thirst again.
Привет, девчонки.
Уебись с башни, и все будет какое-нибудь.
Beyond the campsite, the city waits in uneasy silence, one sleep away.
Ебать.
А можно не надо, что-то мне кажется, это надолго. Сука.
That speaks well of your taste. I've heard my share. If you have questions, ask. Just don't expect my answers to rhyme. It was Baal alone we faced in our time. And bad as that was, he had no elder brain for a lapdog then. Help won't come from the history books, or from any old tales I can spin you. This is your story to write. There. Have I fulfilled my role as your wise and wizened elder?
Подкатываешь?
Don't tell me which. Against all life experience, I will choose to assume the best. Ask it. More than I would like. In my youth, I was a brief and very much unwilling member of a colony's hive mind. I felt the way they think, saw the world as they do. Foul, unnatural creatures who find the foulness in us and twist it to their will. But then, who am I speaking to? You have far more experience than I. Do not be moved to pity. It is a predator pinned in a trap. And if it wriggles free, you'll find it still has teeth.
Oh, hello.
How can I assist?
Ну,
Ничего нового, ничего интересного.
все путем. Всем похуй. По-моему, это нормальное состояние, пати.
Ой, что это? А, там камень этот, блядь. В сундуке лежит, да, походу? Мимо пробегаешь, все сразу начинает колбасить.
Где пидобир, блядь?
Вон он стоит. Вот он.
Блядь, иди ты нахуй.
Чё, трахнуть тебя хочет?
Не знаю. Поговори с ним сам.
Ты, ну его нахуй.
Где-то я тот ролик уже видел.
Да-да-да.
The events of the last days weigh heavily upon you. Sleep's rest
Чему
is slow
показывает
and
твое
his mind
ебало,
is so
блядь?
full.
Потому что я
The
красавчик.
Absolute is not a god, but an elder brain controlled by the chosen of the Dead Three. They mean to use it to take control of the Sword Coast. All who carry the tadpole are governed by the brain, and by extension the chosen. It will take but one order to transform them into an army of mind flayers. This would have been your fate too, were it not for the astral prison and the mysterious visitor inside of it. With her help, you have uncovered the cult for what it really is. A plan of conquest orchestrated by the gods of death themselves. Together, you have the power to thwart the Dead Three. If you follow this path to its end, the Elder Brain will not answer to the Chosen. It will answer to you. You know servitude better than anyone. You have been denied freedom for nearly 2 centuries, and are denied it still. You are hungry. Beyond blood, beyond lust, beyond your unliving life itself. Will you liberate the true souls from their parasites and their religious delusions? Or will you use the power you gain for your own purposes?
Я буду править миром. Будешь кусь-кусь делать?
Кому?
Неважно. Я не буду тебе спойлерить.
Ах ты, блядь. Я стану героем, да?
Ну-ну. Один.
Думаешь?
Ну а чё, ты ему отсосешь, что ли?
Нет.
Your blood swims hot at the very prospect. You will not have long to wait. All you need to do now is sleep. But sleep is not for you.
Эй. Чего, блядь? Алло. Больно нахуй. А, понял. На нас напали!
Вы кто, блядь?
Ебать, это мы сейчас скоро начнем летать. Да? Да. Да бить ебало! Так, а чё у них нет? Ничего такого, блядь. Чтобы...
Бегите в портал. За 3 хода, ты понял?
Как же опыт, надо их убить.
Полутать? Пока не отбежал.
Пусто. Выросло.
Голожопики, блядь.
Походу, да. Так, я закончил. Блядь, сейчас меня ёбнут, наверное, да? Нет. Тебя ёбнут.
Шо ты нахуй? Валите меня собрался.
Нет? Не ладно? Что ты встала, пошаталась?
Ты гонишь, блядь.
Come quickly. I can't do this without you.
Да сейчас, подожди ты, блядь. Видишь, мы заняты немножко. Убивать, 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 убивать. Ну, почти.
провалился, что ли?
More are coming. Hurry, or we will all become.
Блять, они бегут, блядь. Нормально. Беги.
Блять. А, ну тебе же нормально. Да ёб твою мать. Чё?
More are coming. Hurry, or we will all become thralls.
Ебать, ты попрыгун.
More are coming. Hurry, or we will all become thralls.
Да наебунькнуть.
Ну давай, попробуем. Ты какой увертки, блядь?
It's not over. Come to the skull.
Нажал портал.
Я понял. Она бахуй немножко, да?
Gods, any moment now, that orb is going to explode.
Монахи в красных штанах их бегут. А я...
I'm here. Help me. I'm under attack.
Так, ну тут у нас пока ходов нету, да? Можно полутать.
Lovely little pick me up.
Hurry! I can't hold them back alone.
Его.
Санд, блять.
Так, а куда это съебал? Где-то там? Где-то там. А, вон внизу. Пусть нахуй.
Ебать, ты охуел.
Нахуй, блядь.
It's not over. Come to the skull.
Убил.
Да, тело дел, блядь.
Нахуй тебе тело.
Давайте.
Блядь, видишь, они какие-то, блядь, пустые все.
The skull. Come to the skull.
Ты как можно напрыгать?
It's not over. Come to the skull.
Please, help me.
Those figures were just Githyank. I was so sure I saw demons.
Hurry! I can't hold them back alone.
А подожди ты, мы лутаемся.
Побежать.
Ну, вообще к черепу, а так лучше полутаться. Тут есть что полутать.
The skull. Come to the skull.
Ухо забагалось, в нем она горит.
Ну, 7 ходов. А, блять, у него постоянно по 7 ходов.
Please, help me.
Let's have it.
А если банку выпить? Не? Не снимет? Нихуя, бля, да?
Hurry! I can't hold them back alone. It's not over. Come to the skull.
Ладно.
It's not over. Come to the skull.
Но улетел.
The skull. Come to the skull.
Так, я понимаю, пока вниз лучше не прыгать, пока не полутаемся.
Please, help me. Hurry! I can't hold them back alone.
Подожди, тут что? Так, стоп. Вижу сундук. Подожди.
come to the skull.
Ебать, а как? Оттуда, может быть? Оттуда? Ага. Это золото. Ну ладно.
Please, help me.
Пока не вижу.
Hurry! I can't hold them back alone.
Сейчас идем. Заебал. Все, полетели. Зачем? Что хочешь сделать?
The skull. Come to the skull.
Что делаешь?
Please, help me.
Скажи, Гав, блядь, что мы делаем?
Hurry! I can't hold them back alone. The skull. Come to the skull. Please, help me.
Тут-то. А ты тут-то?
Hurry! I can't hold them back alone.
Что хочешь сделать, я понять не могу.
Ничего.
А зачем?
Чтобы это не горело попусту.
Come to the skull.
Идем?
Идем, прям. Или мне прям?
Сейчас я ячейки восстановлю.
Please,
me.
Может, на ней шматина какая где-то, нет?
Огненный шар ёбнул в нее и все, и загорелось.
Выпьем их.
I can't hold them back alone.
Хуя не работает.
Зелье устойчивости к огню. По что животинку мучаешь?
Я хуя, блядь.
Before you do anything, I am your ally. We are in danger.
Oh shit. A mind flayer.
The Githyanki is the source of our protection against the Absolute. I must subdue him, or everything we've worked towards is lost. Don't let my form deceive you. I am the one that's been protecting you. I am the one that came to you in your dreams. Help me.
Умри, чудовище!
Конечно, блядь.
You saved a child from a viper, back in the Druid's Grove. You saved the Asima Night Soul from her soul cage. You let me live last time we were here, though it brought Blackheath's wrath upon you. Your continued existence as yourself, and not a mind flayer, should be all the proof you need. Now, help me.
Я тебе не верю.
Ебал.
Дон Ктулхинский.
Despite your best attempts to be subtle, the Mind Flayer's awareness is everywhere. You blunder in its presence like a warg pup learning to walk.
You must be joking. I am telling you my thoughts directly into your head. But if you insist on taking a look for yourself, be my guest.
Nothing in your colorful existence to date could have prepared you for this. As the horror subsides, you are left with only one coherent thought. You must do whatever you can to subdue the Githyanki.
Happy? Now, join me. Fight!
No!
Блять.
Together, we can turn the tide.
Блять, психическая устойчивость. Надо мне, блять, это. Пассивки перехуярить. Так вот.
Болтаю.
Молодец. Ну нахуй.
Кушайте муньки. Пойдет?
Наверное. Бум. Ну, потом можно будет нормально полутать. Насколько я помню. Тебе похуй, да? Сильно. Подчинятор, смотри.
Неукротимый Кусига. Доп урона от модификатора мудрости, если ты кулаками поебал убьешь. Норм?
Норм.
Уебался.
Полежи, поспи пока.
Взял, сука, все испортил. Порывый кальмар. С тобой пиздец.
Thank you. That was too close. Don't look at me like that. I am a mind flayer. Yes. Without me, you would be a slave to the Absolute.
By the living gods! No more visions, no more lies. I expect answers. Now!
You may call me the Emperor. An adventurer. I came from Baldur's Gate, though I was never one to be constrained by circumstance. I longed for more. That longing brought me to Moonrise Towers on a search for treasure. To a colony of mind flayers who caught me, changed me into what I am now. For years, I served the Elder Brain, the one you know as the Absolute. I was a thrall like any other, but I was fortunate. I broke free and started a new life in my own city. I sustained myself on criminals, unglamorous, but there are plenty of them, rarely missed, and they fueled me while I did my work. I had the good fortune to meet Duke Stelmane. We formed a partnership, and through her, I became the governing force behind the Knights of the Shield, the largest mercantile operation in Baldur's Gate. People referred to me as the Emperor. Such was my influence, though of course they had no idea what I really was. My needs were sated. I was happy for a while, until my true nature was discovered by the tyrant himself, Lord Gortash. He tore me from my home and brought me back to the Brain, where I became a slave once again. A slave he continued to call the Emperor. The name was intended as a slight, to remind me of the heights from which I fell. But I have grown fond of it. It encapsulates well who I've become. Indeed, his hubris knows no bounds. To enslave me, that was his nature. But to enslave an Elder Brain, a questionable decision. I shall look forward to sharing his downfall with you. We fought to tame Prince Orpheus, the son of Gith herself. His power has been the source of your continued protection against the voice of the Absolute. The power to disrupt hive mind communication. It is the same power that enabled Orpheus, his mother, to bring about the fall of the Illithid Empire eons ago. A power she passed on to him, and that I leveraged for you. When Orpheus's mother left, a usurper took her place. Vlaakith declared herself queen of the Githyanki. Vlaakith wanted his power, but Orpheus rose against her, and so she sealed him and his honor guard within this prison. Bound by infernal chains, Orpheus could never leave. Bound by duty, his guard never would. They were close to breaking my hold on that prince. And if they had succeeded, we would be lost. I am relieved. You have embraced your potential enough that you could help me eliminate them. Alone, Orpheus will be much easier to control. No. Gortash sent me on a mission to retrieve the astral prison. I was one of many, but the first to find it. How Gortash or the other chosen learned of its existence, I do not know. The moment I found it, I felt it change. My free will returning. I followed the feeling inside, and found Orpheus. I realized what the prison was for. Containment. While my body was within the prison's bounds, my mind was free. I could resist the Elder Brain, the Chosen. Better yet, I could plan to overthrow them. All I needed to do was subdue Orpheus and find allies in the outer world. You. Most certainly Orpheus. He is a threat to her reign. Some Githyanki still revere him, in defiance of their teachings. Vlaakith was safe as long as they believed him to be dead. But as you can see, he is very much alive. She kept him this way because she was reluctant to eradicate such power. Power that she might one day wish to take from him. If the Githyanki ever find out what she has done, there will be civil war. Vlaakith will be finished. That would be a terrible idea. The moment he is free, he will attack you. Your only defense would be to kill him, and in so doing, he would doom us both.
Even though he is subdued, you feel Orpheus's revulsion. A pulsing hatred that cannot be contained. The Emperor is telling the truth. To him, you are just another wretched illithid.
You carry a tadpole. As far as Orpheus is concerned, you are already a illithid. A sworn enemy, just like me.
Подсказываешь, что ли?
I appreciate that. But this is what I am. My original body was destroyed when I transformed. When I first escaped the Elder Brain, I searched for a new vessel. But the longer I inhabited this one, the more it grew on me. I realized that returning to my former self would only impose limitations. Any advantage I could gain by restoring my original appearance, I already had to hand in the form of magic. And that humanoid shape you've come to know I ever was before. You too should embrace this change. I believe we'll have a better chance of defeating the Elder Brain if you embrace your latent illithid potential. I've been studying you for a while now. I believe I can trigger the next stage of your tadpole's life cycle while continuing to preserve your independence. You have seen what I can do. Imagine yourself with the same strength, the same intelligence, the same devastating beauty. If you let me, I can evolve you. You will be able to do things you never thought were possible. There will be physical alterations, of course, but only partial. You will retain most of your current form, and you will soon see that the benefits outweigh any perceived loss.
Well chosen. An accursed advantage, but an advantage all the same.
Уилл понимает такую хуйню.
Тебя бы жаба сейчас расчленила.
Ум-ном-ном.
Вкусно.
It wants to evolve, but it cannot do so alone. It must commune with another. A tadpole, nurtured by the psionic energy of the astral plane, cocooned here for millennia. It has become extraordinary.
Coldness seeps through your veins as the tadpole awakens, its yearning almost unbearable. Your mind is a veritable feast. The tadpole's essence courses through you. Where it touches,
Ебать ты урод, а!
glands, organs contract and flood with
Я
pure
красавчик.
thought. You feel different. Your body has never felt
Я
more
рожу
active.
говном
Your
размазали.
mind present in every flex of a joint or muscle.
You are exquisite. When your allies see what you can do, I hope you encourage them to try it for themselves. But we mustn't lose focus. We need to resume our journey. You heard the Chosen. The brain has gone to the city, and the army marches to follow. We must not let them reach it. We must find the brain and bring it under our control.
Ебучий случай.
Летун-полетун.
The orb hums with cerebral magic, permeable, impenetrable. Within it, the Githyanki prince is as silent as a corpse, but for the murmur of his powers being siphoned away.
Все.
Походу, блин. Я не вижу ничего больше.
There is nothing further.
Она горит. Курва. Забагалась.
А спать, может, не? Все же должно пройти, наверное. Почему я такой перевешенный?
Мало гореть. Эта дура, блядь, во сне сгорит еще.
Потухло, блядь.
Дуля. Жабазель.
Your parasite communes with Lae'zel's. Her heart races as she learns of the events inside the astral prism.
Orpheus, Gith's only son. It is not the Geich visitor that Vlaakith would destroy and Voss would set free. It is Orpheus, the blood of the mother, the prince of the comet. Listen close. The Emperor spoke only in half-truths. For you to know the tale of Orpheus, you must know the tale of Gith and of Vlaakith. Long ago, when we rose up against our Geich slavers, Mother Gith made for the Hells to secure an alliance with the archdevil Tiamat. Tiamat gifted the Githyanki our red dragons. Gith remained in the Hells, and Tiamat's envoy proclaimed Vlaakith our ruler. The first Vlaakith of many. It is Vlaakith 157 whom my people now call Queen. Yes. Our current queen has claimed undeath and reigned for 1,000 years. But it was the first whom Orpheus tried to slay. Orpheus is Gith's only son. He led his mother's own honor guard in a coup against Vlaakith I. It was Kithrak Voss himself who slayed the prince in vicious battle, or so the Varshes teach us. Yet the Prince of the Comet's been with us, subdued by that repugnant Illithid. Should Orpheus go free, he would tear Vlaakith's empire to pieces and build new glory from the scraps. The seed and the sower. Every word Voss spoke, he spoke true. Orpheus is the living proof of the Queen's lies, and the living weapon that conquered our Geich slavers. One word from his lips, and the people would doubt. 2 words, and they would rage. 3 words, and they would bow to the true heir. If the Githyanki are to be free, the Prince of the Comet must lead the way. What about him? The historical slates describe Orpheus as a fearsome, terrible creature, powerful beyond measure, and enthralled by the Geich. So mad with power, he'd smash through the Githyanki Empire and deliver the shards to his Illithid masters. And glowing with such psionic force that he and his red dragon blazed a trail through the skies. A lethal comet careening towards my people. Lies, of course. Vlaakith spread a false image of Orpheus as monstrous betrayer, and her knights as the butchers who sliced him through. She was right to fear him, I'll grant her that. So great is the comet, it could shatter her reign. The Emperor may be loathsome, but it's right. Orpheus can disrupt a Geich hive mind. A talent like that makes the Prince a powerful shield and a powerful weapon. Why destroy a weapon like that, when you can contain it in a relic and keep it for yourself? A weapon is only an asset for as long as it isn't pointed at you. The means of Vlaakith's own end has been ripped away from her. Better to have Orpheus killed than to risk his escape. Better to risk the rise of Illithids than let the Prince of the Comet deny her the godhood she craves. Orpheus is honor guard, loyal to the end. Trapped by Vlaakith in the same prism holding their noble prince, fruitlessly hacking at the sphere that contains him. They see us as Geich, tadpoled husks in the Emperor's thrall. I regret their deaths,
but I pledge to live as they perished, in the service of Gith's son. Very well.
Тупо сосед мудила, блядь. Я жопу просверлил, блядь, долбоёб.
Блять. Давай, наверное, сохранимся.
Всё, пизда, ты сломался, да?
Да. Японский бог. Жаба такая, служись. Принцу надо зарубить кальмара, блядь. И все такое. Че, сохранил?
Угу.